Hey everyone, today we're going to be taking a look at GAN's new GAN356 XS. So I'm very excited for this new cube. Basically, it's everything that the GAN X has, except it's all in the cube. So there's no, other than the tensioning tool, the new tensioning tool, there's no like extra magnets or anything. It's all in the cube. So first thing we see is this really nice GAN XS card. It's like hard plastic and some QR codes on the back. Next we have obviously the cube and the accessories box. So in here we have the center caps that you can switch with the GAN XS to use for the GAN robot, which I do not have, but if I ever were to get it, I would make sure to show you guys switching the center caps. The GAN XS tensioning tool with the other two tensions for the springs. A nice turquoise GAN bag. I love the textures of these bags. And a regular GAN pamphlet, layer by layer, and OLL and PLL. And the GAN pamphlet, another GAN pamphlet showing the new Elasticity System and the new magnet strength system. You guys can look at that. And they also have it on the back in Chinese. So that is everything that is inside of the first box. Now, I'm very excited to show all of you GAN's newest flagship 3x3, the GAN356 XS. So, some things that you need to know. It is 56 millimeters, it is 60 grams, which is really light, and the price is $60 from the Cubicle.com. So, first thing that you notice is that it is incredibly light, and it appears to be pre-lubed, so I'm gonna wipe it down, and I'll get right back. Here we go. Okay, I am back, and the cube is now fully dry. So now let's get to the turning. So the first thing that I'm noticing is that this cube is incredibly fast. This is probably the fastest 3x3 I've ever felt, and it feels really airy inside. That's the two things I'm noticing right off the bat. The plastic to plastic feel is really smooth, and it kind of keeps you turning. Like if you're doing an algorithm, you won't just like stop like that. You're just gonna keep on turning. And it's a nice flowing, like a crunchy flowing feel whenever you're doing a set of algorithms. The flexibility is pretty tight. If you can notice, it's pretty tight. I'm pulling as hard as I can. That's as far as it can go. And yet when you're turning, it feels almost like a GTS 3 or something at like the 0 setting. So now let's look at the core. So this is what the core looks like. And this is what the edge looks like. It still has a honeycomb design. And the track looks like just a small little divot inside both sides of the edges. And there's no honeycomb design where the magnets are. Let's compare this to the GAN X edge. So this is a GAN X edge, and this is a GAN XS edge. So it looks fairly similar. One difference I'm noticing is that there's no hole in the middle of the edge, unlike the GAN X. But other than that, and just some extra pieces of plastic, just some little bits of plastic, it basically looks identical to the GAN X edge piece. Now, if we take a look at the corners, we can see that this actually looks really similar as well. There's just a little indent inside of the corner, or on the edge bit of the corner, if you guys can look at that. And the honeycomb design is also all the way around inside of the corner piece, and it looks a little bit more, a tad smaller than the honeycomb design in the GAN X. But that's the comparison. of the edge and corner with the GAN XS with the GAN X. Okay, the cube is now reassembled again, so let's take a look at this new magnet system GAN has been talking about. Now I'm gonna go up to the camera. Okay. So now I'm right up to the camera so you guys can see this really well. Here's the new magnet system. And what you can do is you can slide it to 3 different settings. It's on the strong setting right now. There we go. So right now it's on the weakest setting. You can slide it once into the middle. There we go. Into the middle. And to the strongest magnet. And the strongest magnet, what makes it so strong is that it aligns perfectly with the corner piece on the GAN XS. And when you slide it to the very end, it barely touches, which makes the magnet feel almost non-existent. So if you ever get the GAN XS, I recommend to keep it to the strong setting or the medium setting. And if you want a non-magnetic GAN XS, then you can do that and switch it to the lightest setting. And you have to do it with both sides. This isn't the same connected magnet like the GAN X. So if you want to switch this one to strong, you also have to switch this one too. So, yeah. So that is the new magnet system, and nothing switches on the corners, only the edges. So now I'm going to show you guys the last part of the GAN XS, which is the new elasticity system. So the last thing about the cube that we're going to talk about is the new GES, GAN's elasticity system. So if we take off this center cap, we can tension 2 parts, and I'll actually bring this up to the camera so you guys can see better. So what we do is we tension 2 parts. We tension the clear bit and this blue bit. We can do the blue bit by hand, and we need the tool for the clear bit. The clear bit has 6 settings, and the blue thing has 2, or technically 3 settings. Setting number 1, setting number 3, and the off setting, which takes this off, which you can switch with the blue to get setting number 2 and setting number 4. So this is 1 and 3, and the dark blue is 2 and 4. So I'm gonna try each of them, and on the review part of this video, I'm gonna show you guys, or at least tell you which tension I found to work the best. So all these are just on there. It's a good way to have them held. So I'm gonna just put all of them right there. So here we go. So how it looks is you put it onto here like that, and you twist to the right. As you can see, it just hit the zero setting, or at least like the restart setting. And as it is all the way at the top with the blue. So if we go down, it goes deeper. So let's go down 4, because that's where it was. And that's how that works. You can also then change the blue setting. So right now, it's hard to see, but there is a number 1 right there. It's on the very left. I'll try and get an arrow to point at it. And I'm gonna put it to the 3 setting. You have to push down with both fingers and then like turn it. And eventually it'll snap into place. There we go. So that's the off setting, and all of it will come off. Actually, let's see what it looks like if it comes off. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's what the actual interior looks like. It's just some plastic. And this is what the clear bit looks like. And this piece looks like an iceberg. So that's gonna wrap it up for the unboxing part of this video. I'm going to reassemble this, kind of set it up with my own personal setup, like lubricant. I'll tell you guys what I think you should do for a setup, and I might actually make a video on how to set it up the way I do. and I'll tell you guys some good tensions. So sit back and enjoy the solving review of the GAN356 XS. Alright, so this is an average of 5 with the GAN356 XS with my very own setup. So after setting it up with Cubicle Mystic, Cubicle Weight 5, and some D&M 37 Holiday Edition, it's a little bit slower, but with such a fast cube, that makes it a perfect speed. And it's also really smooth because I added enough Mystic and Weight 5 together, and 2 drops of D&M 37. The tightness, my setup was the 4th click and the light blue with 3. So if you guys want to have your own cube setup just like mine, that's what my setup is. The flexibility is perfect. The ratio between not too tight and not too loose is amazing. The corner cutting is about 45, a little bit less than 45, which is surprising, but when you're turning the cube, you don't actually really need that much corner cutting. Overall, I think it's great for all cubers because it flows with ease, and my last 3 words to describe it would be smooth, snappy, and effortless, because I have a feeling with the right lubes and the right tensions, you could make it an effortless turning no matter what turning style you have. Overall, I think that it's a great cube, and you should definitely get it. I'll leave a link to it in the description, and you guys, I'll actually make a tutorial maybe on how to set it up the way I did in case you guys want to know what I'm feeling. So that's going to be it for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.